Welcome to the Deb and Chris podcast.
Two sisters talking about life here on Earth,
Life beyond,
and everything in between.
one of us is a spiritual medium.
And the other one is not.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
We decided well, first off, let me say, she's a great cook. Dad's a great cook. I'm a good cook, but she's a really great cook. So the other day we were thinking, let's take, in honor of spirit, in honor of certain spirits, let's cook a dish while we talk about spirit and spiritual things and life in general, just like we said in our intro.
So we've always had so much fun together, just being together and hanging out and having conversation. And usually one of us is cooking at the time and talking about life, and
The other's distracted.
the other one's very distracted often. And so we thought, why not have you join us in the kitchen?
So what's going to happen is I'm going to bring a surprise basket to my sister. I've been talking to spirit today, to a particular spirit today, and who I'm going to talk to you all about. And I asked what kind of food I needed to bring to my sister. And so she has no idea what's in the basket. She doesn't have to make the dish that is unique to the spirit or that is loved by the spirit, but I've brought all the ingredients for it. So Christine is going to wing it with the ingredients that I give her, and we hope that you have fun with us while we do it. Okay, Christine, here it is.
Okay.
Basket number one is she doesn't even know who this is in honor of yet. So
No,
are you ready?
It is heavy though.
It's heavy.
Okay.
This basket, this episode, is dedicated to Danielle.
Oh, really?
It is to
Aw.
my girlfriend's daughter, who Christine has met. Unfortunately, passed away in October a while ago. Not this last October, the one before. And I have her mom's permission to dedicate this episode to her.
God.
So in this basket is all the food that makes a dish that Danielle really loved. So,
Wow.
mhm.
Okay, well, first of all, okay, I'm afraid I don't want to butcher this.
You might have to butcher part of it.
Okay.
Actually, it's already been butchered.
Okay.
But I know what you mean. You're not going to
Yeah.
butcher anything. Just
'Cause
trust
this is
yourself.
a big one. I didn't think I would know the spirit.
So Danielle was, just 30. So her passing was very devastating for her
Yeah.
mom and devastating for me, obviously. And it brought a friendship back and closer, really, I think, than ever before. And so, I've been with Shelley through this loss, and I have some wonderful stories to share with you as Christine goes on about Danielle. But Danielle, this is dedicated to you.
Hey, Danielle.
Now I checked in with her mom because I talked to Danielle in spirit, and I said, okay, start showing me some things, because I didn't see Danielle for many, many years. I knew her as a child. And I knew her whole life, but I didn't see her. So I'm not familiar with Danielle's foods.
Right.
So I said, start showing me. And she started showing me, and Shelley's going, yep, that's that. Yep, that's that. So I'm really excited to see what happens here.
Okay, well, Shelley, I wish you were here to taste test it for us at the end, but we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, ready? And what are any rules? Do I have rules? Like, can I add anything to it? Or I'm just going with what's in here?
You know me. Just be inspired.
She does not live by rules.
Just be
Okay.
inspired, because you don't know.
Channel Danielle.
Danielle might be, adding a little something in here too. So
Nice to feel 30 again.
yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Fun. All right. Hello. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So we have iceberg lettuce. Oh my God. Do I get to keep all these groceries after? They're some of my faves.
I didn't eat, by
We
the way,
have,
so I'm hungry.
Cherry tomatoes. which are not cherry tomatoes. They're the multicolored cherry tomatoes. Cilantro, which I love. Not a lot of people love cilantro,
Okay,
but I love it. And I
was
have
worried
a ton
about
of it that I didn't know what to do with. So you could have told me about this before.
No, couldn't tell. I literally told her nothing.
My God. Yes. Okay. I know exactly what we're doing. Okay. Sorry, Danielle. Refried beans and me do not agree, but I will for you put these in. Sorry to you.
Don't worry, you can judge
anyway,
away. Judge
okay.
away.
Flour tortillas. We could have made those. Black beans. Oh my God, I love what's happening
She just
here.
said I could have made those. Do you hear that? Okay.
Aged cheddar. Okay.
White cheddar.
Aged white cheddar. A white onion. What is this? Oh, diced chicken breast. You said I needed a knife. It's already cut. Wow.
Are
Okay,
we eating this whole?
No.
Okay. Well, then you need it.
Fair.
This we're shredding it with our hands.
Okay, I'm very excited about the tomatillos.
Me
very,
too.
very excited
You know
about that.
why? Because I'm growing them this year on
Yeah.
my patio, and I had no idea they got to this size.
Oh.
And I've been watching them grow. So I'm excited to see what you do with this.
So right away, I can tell you I'm going to roast these. And I'm going to roast them with the garlic in a frying pan.
Okay.
What I would normally do, but it's not in here, is also add jalapeno peppers whole. Oh, you forgot the jalapeno peppers. Hold on. We're getting the jalapeno peppers. No, wrong bag. That's from yesterday. This has been pretty much since about 2.5 hours ago. Some things were not going so smoothly. Thank you. Danielle, see, Danielle knew.
She did know.
She knows that this stuff goes together.
But I do not like jalapenos.
Okay.
So
well, I know
please go lightly.
exactly what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm very excited about this. And we also have 2 limes, which is great in case I don't use both because I'm out of limes and I always like to have limes on hand.
You have to check in with her too.
I'm going to be doing a
check it. Does she want you roasting things?
Yep, for sure. I didn't even have to look up.
No.
There,
because she's right here. You wouldn't look up anyway.
Okay, see, this is where you guys are going to find out that we're a little bit different. I don't understand that. I don't disagree with it. I have a hard time understanding that. I believe
she's
in what
actually
you do.
leaned against me right now.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. I was hoping she'd kind of present really strong here. Yeah.
Okay, Danielle, that's here between us.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't understand that, but she's definitely here in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is for any of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to get started. So I'll get things roasted. This is
okay,
very
good.
exciting.
How long does it take to roast?
Oh, I don't know. Well, first of all, with
we might cut and chop some
kilos, the one thing that you need to do with these is you wash them because they're very sticky. Like if you
know what they remind me of? Gooseberries.
Actually, these ones aren't sticky.
They remind me of gooseberries.
Yeah, they're kind of sticky, so you want to wash them. This doesn't take long to roast. I just let them kind of decompress in the pan and let them char a little bit. And then, yeah.
Okay, I can't wait to see what happens. So I have a really great story. And you know, of course, as I'm saying that things are great and wonderful.
I'm going to try to keep
Can
it
you
quiet.
keep it down back there?
As I'm saying, a lot of pens, not much space.
As I'm saying that things are great and wonderful, of course, understand that Danielle's loss is a major loss for the whole family. And yet we can't change that, but we can bring some joy and some levity to our exchange with her in spirit. And one of the ways that Danielle made herself known relatively soon after she passed away is when it came to my daughter's birthday. So Danielle passed in the October, and then my daughter's birthday is in February. So and it was the end of October.
Can I just interrupt you for a second? As I'm doing this, I'm actually remembering, and Shelley, if you happen to see this, I hope you do, remember your house out in Oak Bay.
Mhm.
And I'm just like remembering Danielle's energy, just and her running around the house and her brown hair and those bright eyes and just like so full of excitement all the time. It's like
Yeah.
that's the time that I knew her.
Yeah.
And it's just so vivid for me right now. Yeah,
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah.
So that's lovely that she's taking you back to
Yeah.
memory too, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was very, very excitable actress, dancer.
Oh yeah.
Really just, she is a wonderful light.
Mm.
So Shelley came up from the States because they had moved down to the States, and Shelley came up from the States. It just happened to fall on Keisha's birthday. The morning of Keisha's birthday, Norm and I decided to go gather up some extra stuff from the drugstore for Keisha's
Your
birthday.
husband, Norm.
My
In
husband,
case you
Norm.
don't know.
Yeah. So we decided to gather some extra stuff to give Keisha for her birthday. And I'm getting like nail polish, and I got some like hair elastics and stuff. And I'm halfway down the aisle, and Norm comes trucking down, and he throws a wares. Now, Keisha, this was her 24th birthday or her 25th birthday, somewhere in there. So she's not a little kid. He throws a Where's Waldo book into the basket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Norm, no, like, why are you getting a Where's Waldo book? And he's like, because I thought it would be fun. Just put it in there. And I'm like, okay. So this is like, by the way, so random because Norm never shops for presents. So the fact that he was with me in the first place was interesting.
Sorry, also just to
Mhm.
interrupt,
Mhm.
just so you know, I'm just throwing these in with the casing on. They'll cook relatively closer to the same time as the tomatillos versus taking the casing off and having them overcook. Just a little 2 cents. I don't even know if that's a proper thing, but
But it's
that's
your
just
thing.
my experience.
It's Christine stamped.
Okay, anyways.
Hey, I love it. No, it's great. So he throws this Where's Waldo book in. I judged it, as poor Norman, I do often
Yes,
judge his thing.
a lot. She also judges me a lot.
And so anyway, so I said, okay, that's fine. So we got the book. Shelley arrives that evening, and we haven't given anything to Keisha yet. So we're all sitting at the table, or had we? No. We're all sitting at the table, and I think I'm remembering this right, but it could be just that it was out on the table. Bottom line is the Where's Waldo book comes out, and Shelley is just teary. And she says, "This is really interesting." And I said, "Oh, okay." And she said, when Danielle would be gone for several days, or I hadn't heard from her for a while, because Danielle was really struggling with addictions, and as many of us have. And it had been very quite traumatic for Danielle in the last few years of her life, related to addictions. But Shelley is this most amazing mom who really just stuck with Danielle through it, trying to get her help and really
Mhm.
working hard that way. But anyway, she says when Danielle would be gone for several days, she would text her and say, "Where's Waldo?"
Aw.
And so here this day that
God.
Shelley arrives,
Yeah.
I know that Danielle influenced Norm to put that book in the basket,
Hmm.
and that it was Danielle's way of saying, "Where's Waldo?" Like, I'm right here, Mom.
Oh my God.
I know. I had lots and lots of
She was
tears about that one.
She is
Mhm.
just the perfect mom for
Yeah.
like with her background
Mhm.
and services. I'm not saying that made it any easier. It didn't, but
No.
man, is Shelley resourceful.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I haven't seen Shelley in years and years, but
Yeah.
to have to walk through that with a child. And
Mhm.
I mean, it's more common than not common now
No.
that people are having to deal with these kinds of
Mhm.
scenarios with the kids, right?
Every week. So every
Ugh.
week I do between 10 and 12 sessions, because I try not to do more than 2 a day.
Also, next time, Danielle, can
Hmm.
you make sure that my sister, when she's buying groceries, that she purchases things that are similar in size so that they cook at the same time. Because we do have one tomatillo that is extraordinarily large.
Okay, I would never think of that.
And one that is small. So I'm just saying, I mean, I don't want to chop this one up, but I might have to eventually.
Okay,
But like, think about cooking time.
but can't you cut that in half and then roast?
It's not going to roast. You want the flavor to stay inside.
So you know what my thought was? So here's communication. That's
Okay,
really
well,
good information.
You couldn't have communication with me
No.
because I wasn't allowed to know.
No, what I mean is, or the way we think about things. So I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have thought of cooking time. But you know what I thought of? Is the big one tart and the smaller one sweeter, or vice versa? I didn't know because I've never tasted a tomatillo before.
Really?
No, never.
Oh.
And I can't tell you why tomatillos are important because I can't guide you in this recipe making.
Okay.
So
I don't also,
appreciate this chicken.
Danielle may have wanted, I'm a little ew about this.
Do you have chicken?
No.
Well, you need to use it then.
No, I'll use it. And it's good. It's diced. It's like organic chicken. It's great, but
Yeah. You know what it's from? What's really interesting is that it's from Fresh Prep. Do you know Fresh
Oh.
Prep?
is it really?
No, seriously, I love Fresh Prep, and Fresh Prep is not paying me to say this. But because oftentimes we're so busy and I'm not like, I don't have enough time to like shop and get all the food and chop up and all that kind of stuff. Fresh Prep is so amazing because they bring you these containers that are full of all the ingredients that you need, and they give you the recipe. And Norman has cooked 3 of the Fresh Prep meals. So, and I can tell that he even likes doing it. So this was from Fresh Prep. Everything really literally is so fresh. And also too, these were from Fresh Prep.
I was going to say, where did you get them? They don't even have a, so
No, they were from Fresh
wait
Prep.
a minute. Did Danielle actually get you to get this, or are you,
No,
or
so
did
you know
you just grab Fresh Prep and come to my house? Danielle, were you a cutting corners kind of girl?
No, this is what I think happened. This is what I think. I think that Danielle knew that I was going to use her for this first one. And everything just lined up perfectly because when I talked to her mom, Shelley, I didn't have this yet. I didn't have this yet when I talked to her mom.
Oh,
So, yeah, so it was really interesting. And none of the other stuff applies to this, but I did buy ones from the store if you prefer them over this, but these
No.
look really nice.
No,
Like,
it's
look
fine.
at these shells, they're amazing.
they
Okay,
look good. This looks juicy.
so isn't that Waldo's story beautiful?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mhm.
It's amazing. See, but how is it though that you make that connection? Because I would still just be like, oh, that's funny. Norm was asking about a Waldo book the other day. I wouldn't make that connection that,
Coincidental.
yeah, I
I
would
think
say,
it was
oh, that's a
coincidental.
coincidence.
Yeah. Well,
That's definitely more how I would think.
and people like me don't really believe in coincidence
Why?
because there's communication that's happening with spirit, with us, with the divine, on layers and levels that we can't possibly understand as people.
Yes, I
so
just
I
put
think that
paper towel on the chicken. It was so juicy, but that
what's
was not
frying
a good decision.
behind us.
It smelled good.
Are you frying the
Yeah,
tomatillos?
yeah.
Wow. Well, this is going to
See,
be really
like-
interesting.
Look, if I can get this up, they char.
Okay. Okay.
That's what you want.
Okay. So it's interesting that you bring up coincidence. So yeah, do I think some things are coincidental? Not really. Just because I think that there's an overriding thing that's happening, that spirit has really fascinating timing sometimes. So, but I know we come from a family that's very concrete in its thinking that way,
Well,
right?
I'm very much that way. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm very, very literal.
Mhm.
I think I was telling you that, like in my mind, when I was a child, if we'd be driving down the road. And it's weird that she so is embraced death and speaks to the other side. And I don't know what I feel or what I think about it, but I would be driving down the road and I'd think, oh, if there was a car accident and I saw a body on the floor or ground, which I've never wanted to ever see a dead body. And I've only ever seen one, and that was literally last year for the very first time. I would see the soul rise to heaven, because that's literally all I knew, is that people go to heaven or to hell. Like, that's how we grew up.
From cartoons.
Yeah.
Not even from our parents saying that.
And it's
because they didn't talk about
they
heaven
didn't
or
talk
hell.
about it.
They
no.
didn't talk about, there was no mention of God. Grandpa Sawyer used to come and sit at the kitchen table, and I used to think he was a minister, but he wasn't. He just worked in the church and was deeply connected to the church. But he would sit and read his Bible at the table. But we never asked him about it. Did you ask him about it?
No.
Mom and Dad never talked about it. It was just Grandpa's thing.
Yeah.
And of course, he was married into the family, right?
Yeah.
Dad talks about his grandmother being what he calls a holy roller. None of us knew her, met her. Well, I guess when Dad was a little guy, there'd be these big warehouses in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And he said, his grandmother would be their hands are waving and the whole thing. And so,
what do I do with refried beef? Do you heat these up?
Ask Danielle. Tune into your listening space. Listen.
I don't.
Don't read instructions.
No. I never do. I don't even use recipes. But this just says to heat in a saucepan. Okay, so that's easy. Okay, sorry, go on.
Sorry. What was I saying? I was saying that really those are the two instances of religion. One, we didn't even know Dad's grandma.
No.
And we only ever heard the story that she was a holy roller with.
Not only did we not only hear the stories, I also got grandma's suitcase. Remember when she passed?
Yeah.
This is on Dad's side.
Yeah.
And in that was a book, like a religious book, where you could see that they were definitely what was called holy rollers. I don't think you can call them that now.
I would love to see that book.
I'll get it for you.
Yeah, I don't think you could call them that now, holy rollers. I don't even know where that term comes from. But
because they would roll on the ground.
But grandma wasn't. Do you know? So my dad's mom, the only thing I remember her ever saying, and it was like at Christmas when we would see her. I remember sitting on the couch, and she used to smoke cigarettes with the end tip, like you put the cigarettes in that was black and gold, and she'd smoke her elegant cigarettes. And she said that she had ESP.
Did she really?
ESP.
Oh.
Did you know I have ESP? That's the extent of it. But I didn't know what ESP was at the time. I don't remember a conversation around it, but she said she had ESP.
Yeah, so really we were just left to kind of figure those things out on our own. And not that if we had asked or brought it up, they would be open to talking about it. I mean, they were open to talking about everything. They just didn't have their own knowledge either.
No.
So,
and you bowled on Sundays and fished on Saturdays and played kick the can and like life just rolled around like that. So there was no depth of the spirit. I don't think I ever even heard the word spirit. But but you're I think we're talking
because
about
that
this.
was weird.
Mm-hmm. But I literally in like Bugs Bunny cartoons or the Roadrunner, I think it was the Roadrunner, you'd see. Right?
Yeah.
Was it the coyote would get plowed and then you'd see his little spirit rise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people, and I have, some friends that are hospice nurses, and, I've of course done a lot of reading and know a lot of other people that are spiritually minded that way. People have seen the soul leave the body.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. There's accounts of keeping.
No.
What?
But this is the difference.
Okay.
I mean, physically see it.
Yes, physically see it.
No, you're talking about energy.
No, physically see the ethereal body of the person leave. Sometimes people have seen. So
I would see the actual person leave like move from the ground to the,
What about their body? It would stay on
the
the
body
ground?
would go.
Oh, the body would go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. But
Yeah.
but some people have seen, if they've been attending someone's passing, if they've been holding their hand or spending time with them towards their last breath, the end of their life. Some people have seen light, like the energy in the room shifts, and they have seen light sometimes leave the person's head, sometimes leave the person's chest. Some people have seen the full apparition of a loved one kind of rise up. Some people sort of mist like. So there's a lot of different ways that we experience a witnessing or an awareness of the soul leaving the body. I've seen a couple of people pass and have not witnessed that myself.
Did Danielle ask you to get like some Mexican sauce or anything, like seasoning?
Nope.
No?
But you do you.
Okay, well, I just don't know if this was like an enchilada kind of situation. Like I'm assuming with the wrap, it kind of is. I'm a little off on the tomatoes.
So stop thinking for a minute.
Yeah.
Just kind of feel your way into it.
Okay.
I'm sure whatever, oh my, what did you just pull out?
A little seasoning.
Okay, so we took a pause and I put some elevator music in there. So I was thinking about the aspect of, when you were talking about, the spirit leaving. And it made me think about remote viewing. Have you ever heard what that is?
No.
So remote viewing is when people kind of like project themselves to a place that is separate from or different from the location that their body is. So if I went into a meditation and I moved my consciousness or my awareness to another, there's a place called the Monroe Institute. And I don't know if it's still active in the US, but the US government used to study remote viewing. So they would put people in these rooms that were silent rooms, and they would use what was called hemisync, which is hemisync. They would listen to binaural beats. I think I have this right, that would go back and forth and put the brain in an altered state. And they would give the person a coordinate on the planet. Like say they went somewhere in Africa, or they give them a coordinate to somewhere in Italy. And they would just give them the coordinate. They wouldn't say it's in Italy or it's in Africa. And then the person would have to describe, move themselves, move their consciousness to that coordinate, and then describe what they could see around it. So it's called remote viewing. So
I don't understand that.
So for example, in some ways, I've done remote viewing if I've had to go.
I'm sorry, but this is maybe why you lost. But this, to me, this looks like dog food. Refried beans. I've never been able to do it. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it, but look, it's dog food. Smells like it too. It's horrible. Anyway,
Danielle, inspire her.
I'm inspired. I know they're a real popular thing. Okay.
So like I've done remote viewing when I've had to go into someone's home to help with some spiritual things that were going on. So for instance, a woman phones me up and she says, I can't sleep. I'm having problems in my space. I can feel things around, blah, 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 blah. So I say, okay, well, hang on a second. And I close my eyes and I get into a meditative space. Now, I've never been to this woman's house before. So I go, okay, if I enter into your house, the majority of the activity is in the hallway. And in the hallway, there are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom.
I forgot to add onion to that mixture. Sorry. Yes, I'm listening.
I know you're listening, kind of, but more important, I'm telling them. So I'm describing the person's house. So oftentimes I can go in and describe not all of a person's house, but a lot of a person's house and maybe some objects that are there. And I can, not in all instances, but in some, clear the space or pray in the space or find out if there is a loved one that is trying to get the person's attention in that space. So that in a way is remote viewing. I've moved my attention to someone else's location, even though I'm sitting at home, maybe miles and miles away.
I saw you do that. Is that similar to when you were doing that show out at the theater out in Sydney?
Mary Winspear, yeah.
And I remember this was the first time I'd ever actually witnessed what Debbie does. And with not having any knowledge myself, I was still a little bit like, I don't know, I don't understand it, I don't get it. And I remember you talking to, there was like, 250 people in the audience. And I mean, at this point, I was already in tears because I had already seen some other situations that came up that I was like, this is wild. But this one particular woman, you randomly kind of picked her and started talking about her grandfather's house. And so the way that you did it, so there was two of you, right? You and Diana.
Okay, I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. And so you said, so when you walk up your grandpa's place and you go up the stairs and on the right, there's like this long, like rectangular mirror above the sort of main staircase. And then when you go up and you go to the left, the dining room is right there with the big windows, and his dining room table is always set. He loved his china. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And she's like, yes, exactly. He always had his china displayed out on his table. So like you were seeing it and you were walking everybody there through that whole experience.
So he was, and that it's so great that you brought that up, because this was the difference. When the woman phoned me to help with her space, I was using my own awareness and energy and ability to move my attention towards her space with the help, I think, of, my guides and that kind of thing. There, what you're describing is there was a man, her grandfather, did you say?
Yeah, it was her grandfather.
Her grandfather that was describing it to me. So on one hand, I'm moving my conscious awareness to a person's place. On the other hand, there is a man that's going, if you go up my stairs, you're going to see this on the left and you're going to see that on the right. I just did the opposite, but.
Yeah. And all I can think is, please don't judge me for all the lettuce I just took off, but I always peel off the top couple layers.
By the way, but if you guys understand how amazing this is, that she is talking, thinking, and cooking at the same time,
which normally I can't multitask like that. But anyways, but I think for me, that was the first time that I was like, even though I saw the other things, I was like, oh my God, this is real. Not that I didn't think it was real. I knew that those were your experiences. I just couldn't understand. And frankly, I still have a problem understanding, because when you say he was walking me through it, like, does that mean you physically hear him telling you, I'm walking up the stairs? Like, what is that?
So sometimes I'm hearing it, like, walk up my stairs. Okay, so here's an example. There was a young boy that was missing. Young boy. Yeah, I could say young boy. He was maybe in his early 20s.
Yeah.
And he, somebody had called me to say, can you help us with him? And I heard I took my pills. And then I felt my hand grab a prescription that was newly filled. And so I said,
sorry. Oh, shoot.
And I said,
apparently beans can burn.
Oh, did you burn the beans?
No, I did not, but they were going to go there. I think you're just supposed to warm them is all.
So I heard him say, I took the pills. And then I saw a pharmaceutical bag that made me feel like it was newly prescribed. So I said to the person, he must have just filled a prescription. And he's saying he's taken the pills. And they said, yes, he actually went and picked up a prescription. And so I said, well, this is where I see a vehicle parked. And they said, yes, this is where the vehicle parked. And I said, well, he is up above like you have to walk north of where the vehicle is. And they said, no, he can't be north because a whole bunch of his stuff is leaving and trailing out the bottom of this road.
Right.
And so I took my mind's attention back to him and I said, they're saying no, because your stuff is trailing. And he said, I'm north of where my vehicle is. And they almost got to me. So I heard they almost got to me. So I said, well, you must have almost got to him and turned around and gone the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turned out he was exactly where he said he was to me when they found him.
Oh, I don't dispute that at all.
Oh, no, it's not about the dispute. What I'm saying is I'm trying to show you that some things I was seeing, some things I was hearing, like I took my pills. So I didn't just see pills. I heard I took my pills and then I saw a bag, a pharmacy bag. So there's hearing, there's seeing, there's feeling. Like, how do you know that you're right about something? How do you know?
When it comes to you and I, it's because history precedes ourselves. We're always right. Even yeah, even though sometimes I let her think she thinks that she's right.
How do you know in your body?
Because I would have experienced it.
No, how do you know in your body that you're right about something? What does your body feel like when you know you're right about something?
Well, I would have had to have experienced it to know for sure that I'm right.
If you know that you're right about something, if you just know you're right, where do you feel that in your body?
Well, I've never thought about it like that.
Okay, do this then. Say, my name is Frank. Just say it. My name is Frank.
My name is Frank. That's not right.
Now say, my name is Christine.
My name is Christine.
Now, pay attention to your body this time. When you say, my name is Frank.
My name is Frank.
Now say, my name is Christine.
My name is Christine.
So what feels different from the neck down when you say, my name is Christine, compared to saying it's Frank?
Well, I don't know how to articulate that.
Okay, good try.
Oh God. I have to cook and do this? Well, I think because point of reference, I've always been called Christine. That's how I experience my everyday.
Okay, so feelings in the body, feelings are not emotions, by the way. Feelings in the body are, I feel calm in my stomach. I feel tight in my chest. I feel tingles over my shoulders. I feel warm. I feel cold. Those are feelings. Emotions are sad, angry, frustrated. So how does your body feel that tells you, yes, your name is Christine, as opposed to saying my name is Frank?
Well, all I can say is it just feels more right.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels more right. So how does it feel more right?
I don't know. That's really deep. I don't know. I don't know.
So
how to
those of you
explain
at home, if you want to get a sense of your right or not right, try that thing with the name and see if you can get the feelings in your body to respond. So
see, this is why I think I'm open to hearing about it and as you know, but I'm not going to be someone who
is this all because I traumatized you as a child?
Pretty much.
And you're shut down
and
from
as
the
a
neck
child,
down.
Just about an hour ago, you traumatized me.
A dragonfly just flew to the window, and the dragonfly is my symbol. That was very nice. Sea Spirit was reaching out to me there.
It was a big dragonfly.
It was a huge dragonfly.
You traumatized me up until an hour ago. Literally traumatized me. We'll tell you about that
I
later.
couldn't remember. I knew that on RuPaul's Drag Race, there was a song she had just played off of her iPod thingy. And I knew that it had played on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I went to find it, and I was wrong about the song, but it took me forever to find it. And she was absolutely tortured by it because I get distracted super easy. But I couldn't let it go. I needed to find it. So that's how I tortured her. What are you doing with the cheese, Christine? The white
I'm just
cheese,
gonna grate
Shelly.
it. Just grating it once I get my rest of my cilantro chopped. And sorry, I know this is taking a long time.
No, it's great.
Um,
Okay, so anyway, so at home, the why I'm saying the knowing that you're right, or that feeling that you're right in your body, and the feeling that you're not right in your body is what happens to me with spirit. If spirit is communicating and I'm trying to put words to something that they're showing me, because sometimes it comes in pictures and short words and all that kind of stuff, emotions. If I say something, this is looking really good, by the way.
thanks.
Look at, she's got all these little dishes of everything.
You're gonna have to help me
chopped
peel
up.
the stuff off the garlic though here in a minute because
Okay.
it's
I can do that.
breaking down here. pretty good.
So the what was I saying? I was saying the feeling of right, the feeling of right or wrong in your body. So sometimes when I put words to something and I say to the spirit, do I have that right? Did I get the wording right? They give me this feeling of rising up in my chest when it's right. And I feel a drop down in the pit of my stomach if it's wrong. So say, for example, I say, I'm hearing the name, like this happened today or yesterday. I'm hearing the name Robert, but like Robert. So sometimes Robert is Bob, but it's Robert or Bob.
Right.
And the woman said, well, there's actually two. There's two Roberts and Bob. I said, well, there's a gentleman that's saying he is the Robert Bob. She said, yeah, there's two. So there were two Bobs that were passed away. And so then inside I'm saying, okay, then I need to know which one it is. And she said, well, one is more called Bob, the other is Robert. So I said to the spirit, is it the Bob or the Robert? And when it was the Bob, I felt this up in my chest. Like the rise up in my chest. That's a yes. That's a you're right. That's a this is accurate feeling. So it comes as like a feeling, right? It's so multidimensional. But one of the great things that you can do is to get to know your internal sense of things, that feeling of right or not right in you, that thing that tells you that something is off or not quite right.
But don't you have to be like, some people say they are, I've been told I'm just not open to it. Is that what you're talking about? Or
what do you mean somebody's been told they're not open to it?
like that they're not open to seeing the signs? Or, I mean, I've said I'm not open.
Yeah, but you're talking about signs. I'm talking about what everybody has is like an instinct, a sense, an internal sense. Every human being has it. Animals have
Right.
it. Of
I get
this
that.
is right, this is not right.
Right.
So it's learning to expand that awareness in you on the day to day.
Right.
It's kind of the thing that tells you, this
is the worst
person that's in
packaging.
front of me is feeding me a line of bull crap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, you've really butchered that. I hope you're not using a $200 knife to open that.
But it's damn fine night.
So here's
But
the
this
thing.
is the worst packaging because it's all getting warm and
She spends on these kinds of things because she loves to cook. Now I do love to cook too. I make
you
lots
spend
of
on
really
lots of
great recipes,
cards. Yes, you do.
but I make them on the fly. Like I
But-
make these. Yeah,
It's actually very challenging at times to watch Deborah cook because I just called you Deborah. I never call you Deborah.
no.
Anyways, so I'm like, okay, let's get it done. You got timing, things have to happen. She gets so easily distracted. Like so easily distracted. A phone call will come. She'll just walk away and the pots are on the stove. And I'm just going like, are you coming back? Oh yeah, I forgot I was doing this. Just like today. What happened today? You were talking about how you don't like music. and I had music playing. She said, "Oh, don't take it off, don't turn it off or anything, but I don't like music. I like to have a quiet mind." She does not have a quiet mind, or she likes quiet around her because your mind is very busy. So then she's doing something in the bathroom, and all of a sudden she comes out and she's talking about the song, and she's trying to get it on her YouTube channel, and it took about half an hour for her to find it, and then she's got me waiting the whole time, and then says, "Okay, here, no, you have to watch this." So all of a sudden it comes up, RuPaul's Drag Race, some song, and then it's the wrong song. Like half an hour has gone by. Meanwhile, the stuff that she's doing in the bathroom is still on the go. And then this, I'm like, we've been here for 3 hours. We've done nothing.
Oh, we did
mind
some things.
You did. You peed your pants. So then she says, so she did. We get it. We get it. We're old. That's fine. I know it happens to all of us. So she said to me, "Oh, do you have any?" She has her extra underwear here. So can you grab me your extra underwear? So I'm like, okay. So then later I go into the bathroom and I see this underwear there. And I'm like, "Oh, I thought you wanted underwear." She said, "I did. I already put it on." And then I go, "What's this?" She goes, "I peed my pants." I thought you had just been joking. I'm like, first of all, those aren't underwear. Those are full shorts. Oh God, you didn't think I was going to talk about that, did you? See, isn't this more fun to talk about? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a thing.
Yeah. Anyways,
it
happens.
Okay, what are you doing?
This cheese is like, it's warm in here and the cheese is crumbling.
Wait, by the way, the hair is blowing because we have to have the fan going.
Not because we're like supermodels, but we're getting there, I feel like.
I was looking to see if I could turn the thing to show the kind of view you have, but not really.
No.
Okay, so what's happening here for you? And by the way, I really mean it when I say, like, Danielle's here, pay attention, tune into, maybe she's going to do something or show you something that your mind wouldn't normally think. Like, so she showed me something today I was not familiar with. And when I found out that it was true, I was like,
wow. I'm going to do something that I think, if I can do this right.
Okay.
This is for Danielle. Now, if I do this right, hold on. Shoot. How does that work? You make a heart out of them.
Oh.
If you turn it. Nope, those look like boobs. That's Danielle. No, you can take a grape, and if you cut it on a slight angle,
okay,
and then you twist it,
okay,
you turn it into it. I have to cut it first.
Don't you have to cut it only part way, halfway, and then
no. No. And then I think I saw this somewhere. It was
don't
really
you cut it halfway and then twist it?
No.
Wow.
Anyways. Okay, so I do need you to do something, and you're going to get your hands wet. Sorry about the yellow on there. So this is
the
sauciness. So I just need you to grab the garlic. I let it break down more.
Is it hot though?
A little bit, but you're just going to like plop the garlic out of its sleeve like that.
And throw it in here?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you can all see this.
It looks gross. Oh my God, it's going to fall out.
No, I was going to let it fall out.
You can't see from the back. It's not a window. Okay, it's your, okay.
Okay. This is hot though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ouch.
I'm not,
can I have a fork or something?
I just did it real easy. Just go like this.
No, but it's like,
it out. Look, it literally falls right out.
Okay, it's hot. Can I have a fork to get these up?
No, it's payback.
I really was bad to her when she was little.
No, you say that. You weren't. other than when you made me eat stuff that was made up, or when you would tie me down to watch Little Tobo because she
maybe
tried crying.
I'm the reason that you're such a good chef because I made you eat such crap.
Yeah.
You were traumatized and
We used to do this thing when my parents would go out, me and my brother and my sister. And we had this, it was like not an option. You couldn't choose to not participate. I don't know how that came to be, but it was like we all just had this understanding that that was the arrangement, is that
the unspoken rule.
absolutely that you had to eat whatever that person made you. And they would make stuff that was like, just for instance, because I can't remember, but like it would be an egg yolk and Worcestershire sauce and maybe some cayenne pepper in there and maybe some breadcrumbs, and then they'd spread it onto a cracker and you'd have to eat it.
Crumpled crackers.
Oh my God. Oh,
Pork. No. It's bad enough you said that I peed my pants. We don't have to tell all the stories. No.
She had an accident,
No.
let's say.
I had an accident. I was 12. I was 12 years old.
Right when your
and I was
bowels should be
sick,
nice and
and I
tight.
was sick with the flu. It was
Mm.
terrible.
I don't remember being sick, but
We were home with the flu.
oh God. Okay.
So anyway, sometimes it would have even like Dad would have like pork fat.
Oh my God, yes.
That
I
was
do
in the
remember that.
fridge. And we'd stir up the pork fat. You know, that's one thing we did have. We always had good food as a kid because, of course, Dad was always in grocery. Dad is a butcher.
Yeah.
Was a butcher, but he's still living. And yeah, so we always had good food.
We did always have good food, even though we didn't have a lot for groceries. Dad always
We
made
didn't
it.
have a lot for groceries. What do you mean?
Well, we lived pretty like basic. Like it was always no name brand, like no name brands and stuff.
Yeah, they're still that way.
Yeah, Dad's very good about it. But you have to be. And who isn't now? Well, you're not actually. That's an interesting thing though, because that's what's so brutal, I find, is that all the crap is cheap.
Yeah. I said that to Norm the other day.
Like, how sad is that when you think about kids growing
I'm going
up?
to wash my did I get them
Here,
all?
I'll give
Can
you
you
a-
tell?
I'll find out when I go through and
You'll judge
check
it
it.
momentarily. Okay, by the way, I don't know what you're doing with this. What can you tell me what you're doing
well, I
with
added
this?
a little bit
No.
extra.
But can you tell me what this is to become?
Well, it's just like the sauce to go inside.
Yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I've never had a green sauce. And Danielle,
And for the life of me, I'm blanking on the name of it.
and Danielle was showing me a green sauce. It's called green salsa.
No,
Or it's like
no,
a green,
very,
it's
very,
yeah. So I called Shelly and I said, look, I know Danielle showed me this, the wrap, but I said, I don't know what else she's showing me because I haven't seen this before. It's like a green sauce or like a green.
Not very Dara sauce, but oh my God, can you just look up the name because it's killing me?
Well, Shelly said green salsa.
Yeah,
That's just a different name for it.
yeah, there's a different name.
Oh,
Anyways, so what I'm basically doing now,
I'm excited that she made the green
yeah.
salsa.
So
Okay.
this, if you don't have this, you should have this.
I
This
don't have
is
that.
my all-time.
I feel like I would be
favorite.
frightened of that. It's got like
Well,
four
actually,
blades.
you know what?
I'm
It is. This
notorious
is the
for, like-
Ninja, but it also has this blade that is not. It's it's plastic.
Okay.
Anyways, this is so good. It doesn't take up a lot of space.
What
As
did you
can
do to
see,
the
I don't
chicken?
have a lot of space.
No, you don't have a lot of space. What'd you do to the chicken? I didn't see
I
that you.
fried it.
Oh, what's on it?
Taco seasoning.
Oh, you tacoed it up. Okay.
Well, it's Mexican, and there was no flavor for the chicken,
Okay.
unless this was gonna go on there, but
Okay.
which I'm sure it will.
Wow.
So basically we're just going
This
to be
is
doing
amazing.
wraps, but I do want to heat up those wraps. So then I'm just gonna,
That's what she loved.
yeah,
I can tell you
nice.
now.
Perfect.
So she loved wraps, and Shelley would have open beans, the whatever pasty refried beans. There'd be some chicken. There'd be lettuce. There'd be
So when you do the tomatillos though,
yeah.
even though I threw them in with all the stems and everything, so this does get a little bit mucky. You want to keep the stems on because that's what keeps all the flavor in. And then as it breaks down, you can just kind of, just like cherry tomatoes in the oven, you know, they just break down and then you can throw these in.
Okay, that's going to be too much jalapeno though for me. I'm worried.
Danielle likes spice.
I kind of don't know. I don't think. I don't know.
I'll do half.
And even if she did, no, I don't think she liked the spice as much.
Then how did you know to get jalapeno?
Because that's what is in the green salsa.
Yeah.
Is in the green. Yeah.
Now, typically you would pour it out.
Does it make it hotter?
Oh,
when you're
gonna try it.
No, does it make it hotter when you cook it? Like if you eat a raw jalapeno or you cook a jalapeno, does it make it hotter?
Yeah, I think they're hotter when they're cooked. That's fine. You're gonna be just fine. We'll put half in.
Didn't you have to take the seeds out of the jalapeno?
Yeah, that's what makes it hot.
And you left them in.
And I left them in. Now this is this is a little bit different because it's more brown than the green because I've let it really break down in there. And I just prefer it that way.
You got the right thing going here.
And then lime inside. Where's my...
So what Danielle showed me was she showed me a wrap. When I said to Shelley, I don't know what Danielle liked to eat. I said, but I'm just gonna listen and see if I can get her to guide me to something.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, that does smell really rich. Yeah. So I said, I'm going to see if I can get her to guide me to something. And I saw a wrap, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, a wrap. I don't know what kind of wrap is this. Is it a Mexican wrap? And it didn't feel like it was entirely Mexican. But then I said, well, can you show me something else? And she showed me black peas or black beans. So I called Shelley and I said, Danielle, like wraps? And she's like, yep, you've got it. And I said, okay, but don't tell me anything about what's inside the wrap. I need to listen to her. Then I saw these black peas. Peas. And
you've never had...
Yeah, but I just my brain doesn't work always properly. So so I
need you to
she showed me that and she said, yep, she always had the beans. And then I said, okay, the fan's coming undone, so we're gonna get hot. So then I said, then I said, chicken, would you have chicken? But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the chicken was grilled. I don't think it was like Mexican chicken. So you added the spice thing, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Shelley might disagree, but I have a feeling it was just like, well, either grilled chicken.
It was all just cut up.
Yeah. So then I said to Shelley, she's showing me like a green looking sauce, but I don't know what a green sauce is. I thought, does it have mint in it? No, it's not mint. And so I said, you got to tell me what the green sauce is. And she said, Deborah, it's green. And then she went to her fridge and she brought out a bottle of green salsa. Okay, seriously, if it's really spicy, I'm going to have a hard time.
No. Hold on.
What, we can't share a spoon?
No.
We're sisters. Okay. Is it serious? No, is it hot? Okay, if you're messing with me, the kids know, my kids and my husband are gonna be like, really,
it's
is
fine.
It gonna burn
it's gonna
me?
be no, it's not. It's a tangy.
Oh my. Okay, that's hot for me.
Would you like some water?
But you know what? It's so good. Okay, yeah, that's hot for me.
Payback.
No, it's up my nose.
Oh no, it's not.
It's up my nose.
No, it's not. It doesn't go up your nose.
It is. It's up my nose.
Let's have a moment for Deborah.
I'm not a hot person. Oh, that's good. But the flavor is like, oh my God,
good.
boom. That's really yummy.
So now I'm gonna make you a
Okay,
wrap.
the left hand is all like tingling and burning. So anyway, I said to Shelly, is there rice in it or something? Because
Oh,
not lettuce. I feel like there's something heavier in there that's not the chicken and it's not this sauce and it's not and she said, it's refried beans. So that's why you have so Danielle would make refried beans and then she'd have like maybe the chicken, the lettuce, and she had to have white cheddar. So I got her the really expensive, good white cheddar. Because Danielle, I love you.
Danielle, oh, that's such a hard one.
No,
I mean, they're
it's
all hard,
fucking brutal. Oh,
but it's
brutal. I'm gonna do a bleep over that.
that's fine. But
It's
I
brutal.
mean, this is real life. This is what
It is.
you know, and I and
The
how
loss of
is
a
that
child-
harder for you? I actually have to say
Okay.
when it's someone that you know
Mhm.
that you have that connection with,
Yeah.
you can just take that off if you want. Is that harder for you to connect?
Yeah, I can't. I don't connect to Danielle as well as I do to, people that I don't know.
Why?
Because it's not that I don't like. I could feel her literally. She was leaning against me at the beginning with her chin
Well, I've
resting on my
walked over
shoulder.
her like 10 times.
You have. You've walked through.
So
Yeah. I just heard her laugh. So she's loving this.
yeah.
But I like I loved her when she was little. I love
Oh,
her
God.
now. And she was like, her and I were besties when she was little. It's devastating. So the thing is, I know all about Danielle's life. I know
Mhm.
intimately her mom and her. So it's hard. Danielle can sometimes show me things that are now things that are happening. And she has for sure shown me things in about the time that I was not in her life.
Mhm.
And by the way, there was never a falling out between
No,
Shelley
they
and I.
moved
Yeah.
quite a distance.
And that
too.
happens. I was talking to somebody else today that oh no, I was talking you and Tanis last night.
What's that?
We're talking about there was a period of time where you and Tanis hadn't seen each other. It's
Oh,
not that
yeah.
there was a fight.
No,
You just friendships
Our lives
sometimes
went separate ways.
but there are certain friends you have that will just no matter how much time goes by,
yeah.
you're just always that to each other. And that's Shelley and I.
Sorry, Danielle, but I have to add sour cream.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want at this point. I just so love, number one, that we're putting together a dish that she really liked. And so
Sorry.
but to say, yeah, that the loss of a child is devastating is just a massive understatement. And
Well,
and I
yeah,
love
like-
and appreciate that so many of you watching also too have lost a child, because many of my clients are, parents of children that have passed. But even just today, my session today was a mom whose son died in a car accident, and the son did a lot of really beautiful things to express that not only is he still present and with her, with his love, we have to deal with the very real physical loss. And mediumship will never take away grief. But you know what this mom said to me today?
What's that?
So I guess a year ago, because he passed a year ago. So I guess a year ago, now this woman doesn't even live here. She lives like on the other side of Canada. And I guess I was in a session with somebody who's more local here a year ago. And suddenly this young man came through who died in a car accident. And he had only died the day before.
Oh my God.
And he was saying that to let his mom know, or to let the family know, that he was with his grandfather, that the moment that he died, his grandfather was there to
Right
get
there.
him. So I see my client today, this woman. So I guess what happened was the woman who was recording the session with me took the recording of that session to the mom when she went to the service for this man, for this young man. He was not a child, but still it's her child, And she played
Do you
the
like refried
recording.
beans?
Yeah, I do. She played the recording for the mom,
Hmm.
and the mom said it changed her life. Like it was at his service that she heard the portion of the message from our session that said that her dad had been there to grab her son
No
at the
way.
time of his passing. So I met her today. So when she heard that, she booked a session immediately, but I'm booked a year out.
Right.
So I'm seeing her now a year later. I
And-
don't know who she is. We're about maybe 20 minutes or maybe a half hour into the session before her son was presented. So then her son, I guess, went on to say in our session exactly what he said when he was
That is wild.
talking the first time. I hope that was understandable. But anyway, the bottom line is what the mom said was that it was everything to her to discover that her son was grabbed by the father, that the father had her. So in that way, it was meaningful and healing. And she was so grateful for that information. But it doesn't change the fact that she's agonizing, that she's missing her son, that this is a very, very painful journey for her and will continue to be so. So I hope any of you who have lost children, seeing a good medium can be really helpful in the experience, but really what you need is a good therapist, a good counselor, a good support group, a network.
Like professionals.
Yeah, well, not
like,
I mean, professional.
I mean, like not just friends and family kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Friends and family should not be the place. Yes, you're going through it with friends and family.
Yeah.
That wrap is not working out. I see the ends are falling apart. Like that was a little bit.
Okay, hold on. You stay right there. 1 second.
By the way, I think Danielle used to heat hers up.
I'm not done. They're not falling apart
That
anymore.
is so not you.
They're not falling apart anymore.
That is not Christine presentation.
I know. Well,
hey, by the way, is this the wraps that were in that thing?
Yeah.
So I have a whole other package of wraps. I wonder, are they better or are these good wraps?
They're good wraps. No, they're great wraps.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, professional help not professional help in the sense that you need professional help, but it's like you need like a safe place to be able to express and get support and be able to talk. Oftentimes family members feel like if they talk, they're triggering each other, and it's important to, there's very specific grief help, so you're not alone. But it is a very painful journey. This looks
That's your
amazing.
presentation.
This looks amazing. Danielle, well done, sweetheart. We're gonna take a bite here.
Thinking of you.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait, I would have preferred more of the hot sauce.
She wants us to enjoy this. Do you put hot sauce in here? Did I see
just
you do
a
that?
touch? But I would scoop it. Cheers to Danielle. Ew, no, I can't cheers you. Good call, Danielle.
Good job, Sissy. I love you. Love you too. Thanks for watching. We're gonna do this again next time because there's a few spirits that are like they're on board
every time.
Okay,
Love it.
Love
Thinking of you, Danielle.
Bye.